Hey there anime lovers, are you tired of the same old isekai anime recommendations? Well, fear not, today we're going to take a look at some of the most underrated isekai anime out there. These shows might not be as popular, but they definitely deserve your attention. So, grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready to laugh and have some fun.
ほら起きろ。
ねえ、それ死んでるの？
怪奇半裸 LED 女。
5個だ5個！失礼な人間だなお前。
The Executioner and Her Way of Life. This is a unique and entertaining anime that tells the story of a young woman named Elena who sets out on a journey to explore the world and write a book about her adventures. However, what makes this anime stand out from other adventure anime is Elena's occupation. She's an executioner tasked with delivering justice to those who break the law. Throughout the series, we follow Elena as she travels to different lands and meets a variety of interesting characters, each with their own story to tell. The animation style is vibrant and eye-catching, with each new location she visits being distinct and full of life. The music is also beautifully composed, adding to the overall charm of the show. What I particularly enjoyed about this show was how it subverted the expectations of what an executioner character should be. Elena is not a ruthless killer, but rather a compassionate and intelligent young woman who tries to understand each situation before taking action. She also learns important life lessons along the way, such as the importance of empathy and understanding. By the grace of the gods, this is a heartwarming and charming anime that tells the story of a young man named Ryoma who is reincarnated into a magical world. Unlike other isekai anime, Ryoma is not transported to this new world to defeat evil or to become a hero. Instead, he is given a peaceful and fulfilling life with a new family and friends. Throughout the series, we follow Ryoma as he builds a life for himself in this new world. He uses his knowledge from his previous life to create new things and help those around him, all while gaining new abilities and learning about the magic that surrounds him. The animation style is bright and colorful, with a focus on the natural beauty of the world Ryoma now calls home. The music is also beautifully composed, adding to the overall calming atmosphere of the show. What I particularly enjoyed about this show was the emphasis on community and relationships. Ryoma forms close bonds with those around him, and it's heartwarming to see how he helps them in small and big ways. There's also a focus on the value of hard work and determination, with Ryoma always striving to improve himself and help those in need. Parallel World Pharmacy. This is a fascinating anime that explores the concept of medicine and healthcare in a different world. The story follows a young pharmacist named Tatsuya, who is transported to a medieval-like world where magic and supernatural creatures exist alongside humans. Using his knowledge of modern medicine, Tatsuya sets out to help those in need and discover more about the world he now inhabits. Throughout the series, we see Tatsuya encounter various challenges and obstacles as he works to create new medicines and remedies for the people of this new world. The animation style is detailed and immersive, with a focus on the fantastical creatures and landscapes of the world. The music is also fitting and adds to the overall atmosphere of the show. What I particularly enjoyed about this show was the unique premise and the way it explored the concept of medicine in a different world. It's fascinating to see how Tatsuya adapts his knowledge and expertise to work with the limited resources and different biology of the creatures in this world. The show also explores deeper themes of ethics and morality, as Tatsuya's actions sometimes have unintended consequences. Handyman Seidu in Another World. This is a fun and lighthearted anime that tells the story of a modern-day handyman named Taro, who is transported to a medieval-like world. In this new world, Taro uses his skills and knowledge to help those in need, taking on odd jobs and becoming a jack of all trades. Throughout the series, we see Taro encounter various challenges and obstacles as he adapts to life in this new world. The animation style is bright and colorful, with a focus on the detailed world building and magical creatures. The music is also fitting and adds to the overall upbeat and energetic atmosphere of the show. What I particularly enjoyed about this show was the lighthearted and comedic tone. Taro's humorous and easygoing personality makes for a fun and entertaining watch, and the various characters he encounters add to the overall charm of the show. Additionally, the show does a great job of balancing the humor with more serious moments, keeping the viewer engaged and invested in the story. The Dungeon of Black Company. This is a dark and comedic anime that tells the story of Kinji Ninomiya, a selfish and lazy businessman who is transported to a fantasy world where he is forced to work in a mining company called the Black Company. Kinji quickly realizes that the company is run by cruel and exploitative leaders who force their employees to work in dangerous and inhumane conditions. Throughout the series, we see Kinji and his fellow employees attempt to navigate the treacherous world of the Black Company, using their wits and cunning to survive and hopefully escape. The animation style is detailed and immersive, with a focus on the gritty and oppressive world of the company. The music is also fitting and adds to the overall sense of tension and unease. What I particularly enjoyed about the Dungeon of Black Company was the unique premise and the way it explored themes of greed, power, and exploitation. The show does a great job of subverting the typical isekai tropes by placing the MC in a harsh and unforgiving world that doesn't cater to his whims and desires. Additionally, the dark humor and snappy dialogue keep the show entertaining and engaging. Life with an ordinary guy who reincarnated into a total fantasy knockout. Since their days as students, Tsukasa Jinguji has had incredible luck with women due to his good looks. On the other hand, Hinata has had almost none, overshadowed by Jinguji's brilliance. However, while Jinguji has never shown interest in the opposite sex, Hinata is always desperate for a girlfriend. Despite their polar differences, they continue to be best friends even in their 30s. One night, the two are returning home from a mixer where Jinguji was the center of attention as usual. In his drunken rambles, frustrated Hinata inadvertently wishes to become a beautiful girl with irresistible charm. As if the heavens were listening, a goddess suddenly shows herself before Jinguji and Hinata, transporting them to another world to defeat the demon lord and simultaneously granting Hinata's desire. Hinata, now in the body of an impossibly perfect woman, has become so attractive that even Jinguji is captivated. Moreover, Hinata grows aware of Jinguji's stunning appearance, finally understanding his popularity. Before they fall in love with each other, the duo must complete their mission or risk remaining prisoners to their infatuations forever. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. This is a charming and engaging anime that tells the story of a woman named Sei, who is summoned to a fantasy world to become the Saint, a powerful figure who is said to have the ability to defeat the demons that threaten the kingdom. However, upon her arrival, Sei discovers that there has been a mistake, and she is not the only person who has been summoned to this world as the Saint. Throughout the series, we see Sei navigate this new world, using her incredible magical powers to help those in need and solve the mysteries that plague the kingdom. The animation style is beautiful and immersive. What I particularly enjoyed about this show was the strong character development and the exploration of themes such as friendship, loyalty, and duty. Sei, in particular, is a compelling and relatable MC, who struggles to find her place in this new world and come to terms with her role as the Saint. The supporting cast is also well developed, with each character having their own unique personality and backstory. Tenchi Muyo, War on Geminar. This is a thrilling and action-packed anime that takes place in a world where advanced technology and magic coexist. The story follows a young man named Kenshi, who finds himself transported to the fantasy world of Geminar, where he is forced to fight in a brutal war between various factions vying for control of the land. The animation style of this show is impressive, with vivid and detailed character designs and breathtaking action sequences. The music is also fitting, with a mix of intense battle themes and more mellow, introspective pieces that add depth and emotion to the story. What sets this anime apart from other isekai shows is its focus on world building and political intrigue. The different factions in Geminar each have their own agendas and alliances, and as Kenshi becomes more embroiled in the conflict, he begins to learn more about the complex power struggles at play. Another standout aspect of the show is the relationship between Kenshi and the female characters he encounters. While there are certainly romantic elements, the show does not rely on cheap fan service or harem tropes. Instead, the relationships between the characters are nuanced and complex, with each individual having their own motivations and desires. The 12 Kingdoms. This is a richly detailed and engrossing anime that takes place in a sprawling fantasy world filled with political intrigue, magical creatures, and complex characters. The story follows a young girl named Yoko Nakajima, who is suddenly transported to a mysterious world where she discovers she is the rightful queen of one of the 12 kingdoms. The animation style of this show is gorgeous, with lush backgrounds and intricate character designs that bring the fantastical world to life. The music is also impressive, with a sweeping orchestral score that adds to the epic feel of the story. What sets this anime apart from other fantasy shows is its intricate world building and focus on political intrigue. The 12 Kingdoms is a deeply immersive experience with its own unique mythology, customs, and language. The characters are also well developed and nuanced, with their own motivations and personal struggles that add depth and complexity to the story. Another standout aspect of this show is its exploration of themes such as self-discovery, personal responsibility, and the cost of power. As Yoko navigates her way through the complex world of the 12 Kingdoms, she must confront her own weaknesses and limitations while also grappling with the weight of her newfound role as queen. now and then, here and there. This is a powerful and emotionally charged anime that explores the darker side of the isekai genre. The story follows a young boy named Shu, who is transported from his peaceful life in Japan to a bleak and desolate world ruled by a tyrannical king. The animation style of this show is gritty and realistic, with muted colors and stark landscapes that emphasize the harshness of the world Shu finds himself in. The music is also hauntingly beautiful, with a mix of melancholy piano pieces and epic orchestral themes that add to the emotional weight of the story. What sets this anime apart from other isekai shows is its unflinching portrayal of war and its devastating effects. Shu is forced to confront the horrors of child soldiers, rape, and genocide, and the show does not shy away from the brutal reality of these atrocities. However, while the show is undoubtedly bleak, it also offers moments of hope and redemption. Shu's unwavering determination to do what is right, even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, is both inspiring and heartbreaking. And that wraps up our list of the top 10 underrated isekai anime. We hope you discovered some new shows to add to your watch list. Remember, don't be afraid to explore lesser known anime because sometimes they hold hidden gems. Let us know in the comments which of these shows you'll be checking out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.